one of the most complex and complicated inventions humans have ever created. There's over 6,000 languages in the world, but only a few of them are spoken globally. Each and every language has thousands of words and complex grammar structures and rules to describe nearly every possible event. Would it be possible for me to create my own language? It must be. It's been done before. Welcome to Can I Make That series, where I recreate inventions from the past and relive human history. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at language. Hello everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to be making a language. So I've got some paper, a pencil, and my brain, so let's get started. I began my language creation by writing down all the words I use most often. I knew I wasn't going to be able to create a language as complex as ones are today, but I was still hoping to have something I could talk in at the end. I listed about 100 of the first words I thought of. I figured I used the words I wrote down just about every day, and having them in my language would be important. I started coming up with random translations. I randomly made sounds with my mouth, and whatever I said I wrote down as a word. It actually got surprisingly hard near the end to create simple sounds that weren't already in my language, or at least in English already. I didn't think creating 100 combinations of random sounds would be difficult, but it definitely got a lot harder at the end. I started looking up the 100 most commonly used words in English and adding words I didn't already have in my language to the list. And then I had a brilliant idea. I figured, since my language was already supposed to sound unique, there was no one to say that I couldn't add new sounds to the words. See, humans are capable of making a lot of sounds, a lot more than the English language utilizes. Sounds like clicks and whistles. I figured I could add new sounds to my language to make it more interesting to speak and listen to. So I did. The thing is, I'd been designing my language for maximum efficiency. Even if you couldn't say every word you can in most languages, you'd at least be able to say stuff faster. For example, most languages have a form of conjugation. When you conjugate a verb in most languages, you change the end of the verb to match the pronoun, the person doing the action. For example, in English, we change the verb to run when different people do it. I run, you run, but she runs. Other languages, like Spanish, have more complex conjugation rules, but it allows you to drop the entire pronoun. In my language, all of the pronouns end in a vowel, and all the verbs start in a vowel. This means that while speaking, you can simply smush together the pronoun and the verb to get rid of that need for conjugation. To keep this in line with this efficiency, I didn't want to change any verbs or pronouns. So I made it so that only adjectives got these new clicks and whistles. This makes it a whole lot easier to distinguish an adjective in normal speech, and it doesn't muddy up the rest of the language. I also needed a way to implement a way of writing down these new sounds. I had 4 new sounds that I had added to the language: high whistles, low whistles, and 2 kinds of clicks. The whistles were just marked with little dashes. Heights on the page corresponded with pitch. High whistles were higher on the page, and low whistles were lower on the page. I didn't add any intermediate whistle notes because I wanted it to be immediately obvious during speech whether a whistle was high or low. The first kind of click is just a little click with the tongue off the top of your mouth, right behind your teeth. I marked these with a little slash mark. The other kind of click is a deeper one coming from further back in your mouth, more of a cluck or a pop than a click. This I marked as a circle with a line through it. I added a simple number system, and now my language was pretty much ready to be spoken. It wasn't as good as English, because English is just a very complex language, but I could still say the same things that I could and get the same point across. See, in English we have words for the same thing, like damp, or wet, or humid, or even, dare I say it, moist. All these words kind of mean the same thing, and in my language, they would be the same thing, watery. And just to prove that my language worked, I grabbed my little brother and we talked in it. Enjoy. Hey, hello! Yiki mo ula bugdoof.
네, 뭐 맹고와
Peasy.
이
Bangku. Mon kelo tengo un babduka. Tukana us ashi lal punduka.
Mun pabduka ti.
Alright guys, that's it for today. But if you like the language, there's going to be a link to it down in the description. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up and I'll see you guys next time.